Hello, hello, how are you? Jump right on in. It's Friday evening. Well, it's actually Saturday morning. That's fine. Um, Officially. Um, could be out partying and do all that good stuff, huh? You know, tearing it up, ripping and tearing. But no, there's no place I'd rather be. When I used to go out and do shit, I would hope to find someone that wanted to get the fuck out of there. When I was going to bars and stuff, I always hope to find someone who's like, "You want to get the fuck out of here?" I'm like, yes. Fucking hate the bar scene. Coffee sounds great. I like cool coffee places up there. Around, especially around college, where I was going to college. Um, but yeah, I mean, we are. Does anyone else feel like we're nearing the end? This is quite a production if it's not the actual thing. You know what I mean? It's quite a production that's going on with the whole Donald Trump and the Epstein files. And boy, that's quite a play. Be putting on a farce, you know? Matches all the things. Literally starts this thing called Truth Social where he goes to lie to cover. I can't swear by that. That'd be false witness. I don't know that he's actually what I believe. I don't know that for 1,000%. I'm pretty damn sure he matches all the fucking descriptions in the Bible, and not like in a fucking Ronald Reagan kind of way, not in a Barack Obama, not in a this happened before kind of way, any kind of way ever before. That's never until the Hun, you know what I mean, didn't match the fucking description of the Antichrist. Genghis Khan, Hitler, none of them match the description of the Antichrist that's actually in the fucking Bible the way Donald Trump does. So I've been needing some hash. I've been smoking this hydro for a bit, but I need to get some hash in my system there. And, if you don't want to hear this, it's by all means head out. I'm always doing these for me. If anyone else gets anything out of it, that's benefit. There's a bonus, but it's always been for me. Not even for God. That'd be a lie. That'd be saying, you know what I mean, that he needs me. God needs me in any kind of way, shape, or form. God does not. You can't be looking at what happens when I type in Lily in my fucking search bar. Don't worry about that. What are you doing? Screen? Not what you're supposed to. Damn, how hard was that? Alright, so I even go to YouTube. I just think I just go to YouTube by fucking habit. Fuck, it gets so hot back here, man. I hate it. Dismiss. What is this? What the fuck does it go to Dropbox for? What's in this trough folder? Nothing? Okay. Me and James collab. We got a collab here of something. There's nothing in that. I should delete all these folders. Beats? Huh? Oh, I should definitely put this into do 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 do. Into Suno. I had a breakthrough today because I've always worried about I got a delivery today, but I may would have done delivery tomorrow, That's always bothered me. It's making someone work on Saturday. But then it says, neither you nor thy maidservant nor thy manservant. They don't work for me. I'm not their master in any kind of way, shape, or form. I'm not making anybody work. If I've always thought that if Walmart called you, I've always thought it, but I never like really put it hardcore on my. Then you're not my servant. I'm not making you work. Well, if you weren't, the service was available, so I availed myself to it. That's the difference. Yeah. And say, hey, Walmart, I'm never shopping with you again. Let's start getting Saturday delivery. Let's start making people come in the Sabbath. Let's make people come in on the Sabbath. And on top of that, how do I know that they don't celebrate on Tuesday, Wednesday? As long as they take a day off. That's the main thing is God's like, as long as you take a day off for you. And for 6 days, the week, you work for God. You put your hands to what it says. Make yourself available for him to work and move through you. God, universe, whatever you want to call it, him, her, I don't give a shit. As I said, it makes sense that the omniverse would be one, and the biverse would govern below that. God is two witnesses. Yeah. God's a bit too nebulous to everything to be narrowed down into a consciousness, because there's too many reflections back. It would be feedback, bad feedback loop. Probably despite his best efforts until like later on, maybe in another infinity, he'll figure it out. We did this far, this much, this far. Let's play for a little bit, guy. And he took a rest, and maybe that's why he took a rest. I just wanted a day off so I can wake up and all right, let's ready to start working. First off, I'm in awe, but second off, I'm ready to work if you want. If you need anything. No, you don't need if you want anything. I'll lift up here. I don't give a fuck. Mainly, I want to learn. Because if that wasn't it, then this is not the end either. At some point in time, I'll be driving. Right? You want the best for your kids so that they don't have to go through what you went through. Then you resent them for being different from you because they didn't have to go through the things that you went through that made you you. You want your kids to never have to go a hungry night. They never go a hungry night, but then you go one night hungry and they're like, this is terrible. And then you get pissed because you have shielded them from ever having to know. But that wasn't the goal. In this situation, God's like, none of you can understand. There's none of you that could. He carries it all the way. I don't think anyone understands that. He is the Alpha and the Omega. If time is infinite, that means whenever it does end, there's only him looking at himself in a mirror, basically. That's some lonely ass shit. No matter how far you want to walk with him, you cannot make it. You just will not measure up. I think Yeshua Emmanuel was an example that it is physically attainable. It's kind of like if you're a basketball player. Michael Jordan is attainable. Well, that's like the ultimate limits, you know what I mean? And if you can get that far, then but don't be like, and kill yourself because you didn't fucking make Jordan level. Why? Because that's currently the fucking peak. That's currently the max that there is. Even the people that are playing with him, and to this day are still going, it was crazy. Magic Mike. MJ. A lot of Mikes in the 90s. Jackson, Michael Jordan. Michelangelo. Fuck, the 90s were a weird time, man. Beautifully weird time. As I said, I mean, now that's kind of been spoken a little bit. I don't think anyone really quite gets it still. I mean, the people that were there. Because, like I said, it was just, there hasn't been anything like it since. You guys get to experience it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because, again, it wasn't just this band's really blowing up. This might be the next Kurt Cobain. No, it's that there was already things going off and shit, and it was great and dope. And then again, one person kind of popped out at the top of it, even though he necessarily wasn't. I think it's just the most socially like relatable. You know what I mean? Good looking dude. Women liked him. You know, moody. You know, broody. Rich, but doesn't like it. So basically, he has like, you know. But we can look at it, and that describes everybody in that fucking band. Most people in Seattle. Cornell, Lane Staley. These like all at the same time as Billy Corgan, as Wu-Tang, as West Coast, as Garth Brooks is fucking going huge. I like it better than what's going on now. He was a weird dude. I don't know if he's what kind of guy he is, but I mean, he was trying to do that Chris Gaines or whatever fucking bullshit thing, which is it's still funny. I don't know if it's trying to be funny or whatever, but it's even if he pulled it off successfully, it would have been funny. Which is a funny dude because like if you watch him on SNL, Dale can't write a love song. That's just fucking funny. I'm sorry. I don't know whose idea that was. It might have been part of his, you know. I would have almost sold the devil, but devil can't write no love song. You know, that kind of thing where they're just, you know. You ever run people trying to sell their soul? I would have. You could write a fucking song? What do you know about love? You could turn that into a sketch. You know. And then there was like one sketch, there's that woman he's dating, like, you want, you know, yeah, I was dating this one girl like right before I fucking blew up. She basically kicked me out on the, you know, blah, blah, blah. Said I'd never make anything. You ever rubbed it in her face? No. Would you like to? Yeah. All right. But yeah, it's just everywhere. Everywhere you turn, Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, it's fucking just going off everywhere. And it just kept going off, you know? And then, of course, you know, Stone Temple Pilots, it started, yeah, I won't say it started, but that was kind of around when it was just kind of like, okay, that's the group. REM, got all these fucking people, Sonic Youth. It's a huge roster. And then all these people come, you know, flooding in, like the pop levels and stuff. And people that were actually just were glamours, you know, they had bands. Now they're trying to move to Seattle because that's what's going off right now. And again, they're trying to look the part and it becomes like really hard to tell the real people from the fucking posers. That's why it trips me out now that like I see like these soccer moms with these full fucking sleeves. My chiropractor had a full fucking sleeve tattoo. I'm like, and the 90s had the fucking different arm bands, the tribal, the barbed wire, the different things. There's a bunch of stuff the 90s was doing. But that you often would lead you to something like, you know, you did get the barbed wire, and you know, as everybody else has, so you start getting more shit, and you start getting more shit, and then you got this whole fucking sleeve going on. Now it's like I go in with the intention of getting a fucking sleeve. And here's a design I want for the before it was just like you had random shit and someone tied it all together. And telling a story, you know. Get this one, fucking get that one tied, this one, this one, this one, this one. A certain amount of space, and my friend fucking he tied it. He drew a design to fucking tie them all together. It came with that, so this came down here, you know. This right here, it's like, you know, actually, this is actually African. You know what I mean? But whatever the fuck it is, and it actually tells a story. This was done such and such, 1940, you know. Yeah, man. Those are the more the tattoos that I would be like, okay, 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 cool. Yeah, and then he drew this one. Oh, that was you drew that? That's fucking nice, man. Did you tat it? No, you just drew it? That's fucking nice work, man. I can respect art of any kind. Of any kind. I can respect art of any kind. Don't agree with it, but artists. How did she shoot those ping pong balls? Yeah, I don't know. I think she returned to herself on some kind of development and caught it. It's art. Gags just get across the floor. Playing fucking table tennis with yourself? Yeah. Gotta respect it. Don't know how you figured that one out. There's a lot of it's like, how did you figure that you could do that? I don't know how. I remembered I was sitting there doing something. I know I could do that one. I don't remember why I could figure it. I figured out. Someone was talking about double joint. I was like, I wonder. Oh, I can. You know. And then I was like, I wonder if I could do the rest. And I'd ride the bus and I'd try and like, and try and get all of them to do it. Like, what about this hand? Oh yeah, that one's got it. That one's got it. That one's got it. That one's got a bit. You know. So and Matt could just fucking bend the tips of all of them. Like after I was working on like and I started showing him. I think I got. And he's like, oh yeah, I got the Chinese broken fingers. I don't know why he said that, but then just and the tips of them just go. Now I got to really work on this shit. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 6. I get it right. Oh, that fucking thumb, man. Why? Look at it. It isn't doing it, is it? No, it's not doing it. It's doing a little slinky thing. Can't get to do it anymore. I think it's because the glove cut off the. I don't know. Maybe I was really high and I just kind of one with my thumb. It just made me laugh. I remember that. All right, so that shit's all wrong. Probably what it was. Actually, like the black, but I made it look steel on the tip, which is going very fluidly. Anyway. Can you imagine if the end was like coming very, very soon? If what God told me is, well, I feel God told me it's true, that within 1 year, the false prophet would be dead. Within 1 year, the fucking Pope died, almost to the day. Within 2 years, everything you lost would be returned. I don't think you know what all I lost. I was 230 pounds about what 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. There's a passage in the Bible, the fat of Jacob will wax lean. I am 168, 170 right now. Did I exercise? Yeah. Did I eat less? Yes, but I mean, I try really hard. No, no. It's just been. I'm fine with it. I'm cool. I never thought I'd be this thin again. Like I'm skinnier than I was In high school. I think I was 180 in high school. Maybe I was this small. I think I stopped watching around like 180. I was working, I was playing in a band, and I definitely wasn't like stepping on the scale every 5 minutes, you know. So I probably like, I'm 180. Might be more than I was lifting weights back then, so it's probably different also. Uh, Fuck, I would kill to have my hair back, man. Fuck, that shit was so fucking dope, and I cut it off for no fucking good reason. I didn't even have to go to court. I didn't even have to be there. They wrote the shit down. If I would have thought about it, God's got me, you know. But I thought I was going to actually plead my case in front of the fucking judge, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and although it looked cool as shit, I'm like, dude, I can smell the pot on you right now. Look at you. I look at myself, and I have these long fucking braided up dreads. You know what I mean? There's like this much hair at the base. It's just root, but it's pulled tight. Where it's kind of fucking. Have you ever seen my beard? But I pull it tight, so it's kind of like that, like right there. And I'm waiting for it to get long enough that I can start turning into dreads. You know, I was already going bald back in this part right here, but just like right here. I thought perhaps I'd shaved it too close and clipped those. You know, because then I started coming. I feel I'm like, oh, no, I must have shaved too. Oh, maybe I pulled it. You know what I mean? I would come up with all kinds of fucking excuses of what happened. I'm not going bald. I'm not. Far too young. Yeah, I came back, man. I was. Uh, I mean. But it's only proven no one needed to move. Still believing, yet mistaken. All God's children, yeah. And I must say, I was stupid. Selfish wishing consumed. It's amazing how many of those fucking Seattle guys, I got it immediately, like from the first bit of it. They were singing about God. I don't know, but it's just kind of interesting that Kurt was saying like one more special message to go, and then I'm done, and I can go home. The last song he wrote was "You Know You're Right." Last one was recorded. In Utero didn't have like a big, but after he killed himself, the last song that come out, of course, it's going to be one of their not biggest, but it's, people know and have heard it. You know you're right. And I swear that I don't have a gun, an albino, a mulatto, albino, mosquito, I already knew what that was because I am one. So he screamed at mulatto. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm speaking my language, which a lot of people like. Coffee? No. Is that cooking? No. Spice? No. Might be a Spice Girl. I don't know. Well, isn't there like a new Spice Girls? Like it just keeps going like Benito did. It's about girl power, right? Or is it about those 5 girls? The baby actually approves of a baby spice, scary approves of a scary, Don't have to pick the same color or anything, but they actually picked. They wanted to replace them, and then that's on them to get together and work it out. Like a making of the band, but they could control it. And not every year. It'd be ridiculous. It could be helpful judges from that point on, And they're ready to pass it on. And the helpful judges are kind of like sitting there going, I trust you this way. I've been watching your career this whole time. Not interfering, not getting in there, you know. Not supposed to. They're just supposed to watch his career and keep up with them. And like, I'll tell you one thing, you know, you disappoint me here, here, and here. Don't disappoint me with this person, you know. You need to pick that person. Would you not admit? And then they might go, yeah, I did fuck. Yeah, you did fuck up those 3 spots, didn't you? No, hey, I fucked up. But see how I've been watching over. I didn't stop you. I didn't judge it and say shit. But I did take notice, didn't I? All right, knowing that, I'm telling you what you need to do. Don't have to listen. I'm just telling you. And yes, I knew those were fuck ups when you fucking, you know, before they hit the press. I knew those were fuck ups. Don't fucking do this. Said don't do that. There's so many ways it could have gone that have been like so helpful and beneficial to each other, but it became. I think that's actually the one lead follow get out of the way. I think it became such a stain to be a Stephen Miller. The best thing you could do would be to cheer on someone who could, who was again equally as capable as the leader, possibly in either thought and not in strength, or equal in strength and not in thought. You know, the two of us make one person. As strong as him or better. You had to take 2-on-1, you're already lost. My seed will come back and kill your seed easy because your seed is weak. We're gonna kill you and your seed. Now you're really fucking with God. You know what I mean? Now you're really pissing him off. I was hearing today about like Esau and Jacob. I've been yesterday. Esau and Jacob. Like I really didn't know the story of Esau and Jacob. They're twins, for those that don't know. And as they're being born, God's voice came to them. I don't know if he appeared or what. Nothing I thought of, like all those appearances or whatever. They fall on their face. Often they're not with anybody else. What if their pineal gland opened up and they're having what we would consider, and wrongly, to be a schizophrenic episode? And someone who has no schizophrenia before, they see this person, they can see them, they can hear them, they can recall them when they're gone, what they look like exactly. Prophets are having these visions of their pineal glands. It's just information. You're having a dream or a daydream. You're awake. But you can see that fucker walk in. Schizophrenic people sometimes see other people. These fuckers are walking around. As time goes on, you stop believing in because someone goes, who are you talking to? I'm like, the angel over there. What angel? And it's like, you don't see me. That person, they're unclean. He says you're unclean. Of course. Of course, I'm unclean. But you tell you what, angel? No, he's over here. Now he's over there. You're insane. Fuck you. I'm going to go get the fucking water. And, you know, you talk to yourself like that, you're fucking crazy. I heard him talking to himself. Come around the corner. Who are you talking to? An angel? Start telling me how I'm unclean. Fucking piece of shit. I do everything fucking right. Fuck you. I don't steal. I don't do none of that shit. Not because some little fucking genie guy's watching me is gonna grant me a present afterwards. I'm just a good person. You feel okay, man? Why? I don't see an angel over there. You won't, because you're not pure of heart, so you don't see him. How? That's true. I can't even argue with that. And you haven't, yeah. You really leave here. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna back out. But if you're okay, yeah, you're sure, yeah. I'm gonna leave you to it, man. But if you need me, I'm here. Okay. And I don't know if there is an angel here or not. If there are, you're welcome to stay as long as possible. I'm sorry, I'm not clean enough for me to see you. if you are here. Not saying I believe you. But again, if you need me, I'm right down there. Fifth or sixth time, and he's like walking, skipping, and happy. Like, here's your sandwich. And it just drops on the ground. He's like, yeah, it's good, isn't it? And they just keep walking, and the sandwich on the ground. Okay, this dude might be lost his fucking mind. And then you still kind of need my help, don't you? Because how many people would take advantage of that? There's different ways of looking at it. Oh, now hello. Yeah, I was fucked up. He made me realize I was fucked up. I was kind of a hypocrite there for a bit. I didn't realize I was a hypocrite. When things are just going your way, you really don't think about, like, how do you feel about it? Do you? You know? How do you feel about me being, like, you know, this famous movie star? Brad Pitt, how you feel about that? Well, it's just the way it is, and you just got to deal with it, right? You know, I need to find someone who's exactly the same as me, right? But the most sexiest in the world, and then I'll be happy because they'll understand me. No, they'll understand them, and a bit of what it's like to be kind of you. But then you got to realize, like, I know how many opportunities I've got. And then at the end of the day, everyone here is still human. Sorry. So sorry. I'm very sorry. I gotta get some more weed. I'm almost out of that. I gotta get some more. Oh, yeah, that I'll talk about later. I'm not sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm awfully sorry. So this is the hydroponics from Giving Tree. This is a ½ ounce of deli flour. I don't think does it have a name besides, no, it says Giving Tree. Huh? Giving Tree quarter or something like that. It's kind of fucking. Tyson made me all fucking paranoid because I used to do that. I'd leave it on, you know, whatever, and we get done and be like tapping, trying to pull the heat off like a heat sink. What the fuck are you doing? So it doesn't blow up. What the fuck are you talking about? If it gets too hot out there, fucking, if you burn too long, it'll just blow up. I'm like, no, it won't. No, if you. And so now I'm like, oh, you bitch. Because if I've got a bad thing about that. Like, if you get out of the fucking car, it'd be one thing if you kind of lean and go, hey, should we lock the doors? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Either that or like, nah, don't worry about it. But almost everybody I hang out with, for some fucking reason, I guess, forgets that we're in a society. So look at this fucking nug. This shit. Society and civilization that has, like, you know, possibility of, I turned that fucking monitor off. Anyways, people overhearing. Look at this fucking nug. It's almost spitefully sour. You know what I mean? It's almost like, why would you do that to me? You know? Like, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to be the dank. Oh, you're skanky stank. Ooh, take your trick ass somewhere else. Ew, you nasty. You know, that kind of shit. Come back. We need a little bit more of that. Like, smack it or something. Fuck. But I went to go out. Damn. Why don't you bring your stank ass over here? The fuck's up with that shit? Alright. I was talking about something else, but I don't know. I got a comment that my first ASMR was probably my best. So I'll do another one where I'm just, instead of just talking, just whatever. I'll make no sense, and that way you can lose track and forget I'm talking at all. I don't care. I seriously don't care. If it helps in any kind of way to just kind of take your mind off shit, hear some goofy shit. And I talk for a long time anyways. And without the screen on, you could hear, you could just... It wouldn't be all that light to see me fucking doing my goofy shit all the time. Just boom, 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 boom. 10 hours of me talking about the robber and the thief. God, that was so fun. I mean, it was so fun to write that. The whole thing is still so fun. It's fun to think about like new worlds to build and shit. And you think like after doing an Unia type universe, you'd be like, but I thought about it already. Like, okay, like the Managa, they're a physical manifestation in Unia of the Valinor and the Isle. It is a literal multiverse, and there'll be some kind of contact, like some kind of like primate type, from the humans. The elves will probably make some kind of, you know what I mean, and so they don't have to play the same roles, but they appear. Like the monkeys could be even like almost like rats in this world, and they're just for picking off, they're just food. But they have little civilizations just like fucking monkeys do. Maybe these get bigger, the scale, and if you can picture like humans growing to be about, here, tall, maybe. That'd be quite a threat. A cat, much bigger than you, a cat human. Again, there's not, I mean, in a pack, you have these guys coming at you with like fucking jabbies and shit. You're not gonna win. You will see a pack of wolves sometimes try and pick off, you know what I mean? From time to time, the mountain lion will try to stake its equal claim to the land. And we usually either trank or kill it. The building Unia, writing about Unia. I can't say any of my ideas have ever been original. I've been in the situation. I can place the genesis of it because I was in the situation where the idea made sense, where it originated. Does that make sense? But it could be just written for me, just like for me to be in that situation scenario on a super exo level. I don't want to start fucking worrying about, because then again you start seeing like cognition of the future. I don't mind reading what's going on. I'm like, okay, if I read this correctly, this and this is gonna happen. It's so weird. Anyways, it sounded like I heard somebody in there. Some walking. And my grinder. But writing that was incredible because I just got to dream for like a long fucking time. Oh, it's so fun. And then going back over Michael Crichton, I think that's who I was looking at, the people like who famous people that write and what their daily writing, word averages. And I was beating several people. I was like, oh, that's good. I was kind of beating myself up. I'm sure they write much more. My story is not going to be as long as theirs is. They must write a whole lot more. And then Michael Crichton definitely stomped me. I'm like, fuck. I closed in on Anne Rice, and a couple other people. They're reported under Stephen King. But yeah, if they're self-reporting, they might be being modest. They might be overinflating. I don't know. But I kept on for like 3 days in a row. I was just keeping track of the word count. Okay, I'm averaging about, I can't remember, like 4,000. I was like, that's got to be bad, you know. So I looked it up, and it's not that bad. Michael Crichton, I believe, was 10,000 words a day. I was like, fuck. And he said the secret to writing is rewriting. And I didn't fully get it then, but I fully get it now. You've got an A to B, you know, and you set up how to get there, how, why, you know, all that shit. But the audience doesn't know that one unless you just give it away blatantly, you know, or how that there, you know what I mean? There could be plot holes in there because you know how it goes. So it's not a plot hole to you necessarily. You're reading it again and go, oh shit, yeah, that was supposed to happen. They weren't supposed to meet until then, so how would he, you know? And someone's gonna, again, if just glossing over, but if someone's just cranking into it and really gets into like a really, you know, some people are just looking for things like that to begin with. They're hateful people. There are. They can't do anything, so they critique hard. The harder the critic, more than likely the less capable they are of doing anything deviating from what they do that equals success. You know what I mean? Like just getting wild hair and just start, like tonight I made probably one of my best meals. I was picturing cooking for my boo-boo, so I went ahead and made some chicken. I gave it a Montreal steak seasoning rub and some other shit, just a lot of secret ingredients I'll keep to myself. Normal spices. I've got this fryer, one of those old school ones, and it's an electric fryer. And so you just put some coconut oil, some olive oil, and a little bit of canola oil in there. Only thing I was missing was a little bit of butter, or that's just vegetable anyway. So I went ahead and since I had the canola, so you got a little bit of, yeah. And fuck, that turned out fucking delicious. And then I made rice and I put in chicken bouillon and some more spices, turmeric. And then, because I kind of seasoned the chicken for a bit of spicy, a little bit, I added some paprika and chili powder to the rice. And I have some lemon juice and lime juice. So after it was done, I sprayed lemon juice like all over and let it soak in the rice warm. And the sauteed onions that go on top of that, I soaked in lime juice. So that had like lime juice and it's just it's fucking good. Not too much, not too little. It's fucking great. And then, a little salad on the side, just tomato and lettuce with some balsamic or ranch. I just a little bit of both. I haven't had. That's probably my stomach's upset. I forgot ranch and fucking the goddamn dairy, dude. It's just killing my stomach. Dairy's not allowed. So I'm gonna get that grinder. Put on some acidity stream, just a short little fucking thing. I've been sitting around here since I don't know when. Got a handful of love, baby. A pocket full of medicine. That shit's just fucking sick. Got a handful of love, a pocket full of medicine. Time to come back down. Get back in your skin. Get back in your skin. Watch me do it again. This is a fairly short one. That would be Wake the Dream. Isn't it crazy that in a land of freedom and free speech, they have a list of words you are not supposed to say? They have a federal communication commission to police the things you say. Literally. Okay. Everyone else is fine with it? I mean, they can suck my dick, but okay. I don't remember appointing them. I don't remember saying okay. I don't remember that, please make sure that your little shitty kid doesn't hear my fucked up voice. That you might have to talk to your fucking kid about words and spelling. I'm sure that's pretty hard. Why did he say fuck? Well, he wanted to. What does it mean? It's a vulgar way of saying sexual intercourse. Or saying someone has basically done you wrong, you were fucked. Things can't get worse. We're fucked. It's a very useful, versatile word. I love it. Shit. There is not quite as utilitarian. But it works very well. Shit. Holy shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. But not like fuck. It's just, It's just right there. Direct to fuck, 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 fuck. You know, I mean, it just works. It works as a joke. It works as a fucking punchline. It works as a fucking insult. It works as a fucking expletive. It works as covering word. It works as a verb, noun, and adjective all in the same fucking word. It's fucking glorious. It's fuck has gotta be the best fucking word that's ever been made. And if it ever starts again, God bless fuck and whatever word replaces fuck, because there will always be a word. The sound offends me. You making that sound with the meaning that that word has. You mean the meaning you hold, the one meaning you choose. Same thing. Looking out dream, there's only one thing to see, and that's what I see. And since that's the only thing to see, then yes, if I'm offended, you're offended, he's offended, we're all offended. And you're just the one who's not smart enough to get your shit together and be offended on my behalf. Which, by the way, how dare you? Think you have a life besides my own? When I turn the TV off, Nicki Minaj, you made yourself a public figure, therefore I still own you. Even though I don't listen to your music, and you might influence, you might. No, I won't have that. Whoever you are. Pot smoking ass Olympiad. Phelps, Michael Phelps. Shame, sir, shame. Maybe he felt bad for the other fucking, trying to slow down a little bit because he felt bad for how fucking fast he was going and killing them all. You know, if I smoke some pot, there's a stand a chance and it won't be like 11 next year. Bro, if you're doing that stoned, stand tall and be like, God damn it. What else do you need to prove your ideas about pot are wrong? You guys ever think they're just fucking dumb? I know it's hard to conceal. No. We're the smartest there are possible. And on top of that, all the books I've read. Yeah? Got an original thought? I liked, not a thought, no, not a thought that, Well, you know, like Malcolm, fuck you, what Malcolm said. What do you say? Well, I mean, Ben Franklin said, fuck. What do you say? Everybody knows. Oh, everybody knows? What if the universe doesn't know? That's how I did that? Interesting. Would you like to take a walk with me? Suddenly the universe, becomes conscious. I've had enough of some of your shit. Become self-aware. Superest computer that there ever was. Beyond intelligence. It's like when, again, hosting of hosts. The holy G host. Still God. Nothing is outside of God. If you think about a video game, when you go to shoot and snipe that computer, NPC, whatever you do to it, in the video game world, it already knows you have to type the command into it to make your guy jump off the rock and stab him, so it knows that you're coming down on top of his head to complete the task of stabbing in the head, roll, and then spin up and, dropped all of you. So no matter how fast you think you are and how dope you think you are and how no scope, whatever, the computer already knows before However fast you're doing that processing, it processes fast enough to allow you to do it. And then your brain processes fast enough to process all of it happening in your hands as if it were a real fucking thing. You know what I mean? So there's processors on top of processors. Because that processor is being hosted inside this processor out here. And that's what I'm saying. When this comes up fucking conscious, and the sky can talk to you, and the grass can bow, or, tickle your feet, or thorn you up, can grow and tangle your wrists as you walk. It's fucking alive. It really is alive. What if it's not fossil fuels after all? It's actual like blood of the earth. What if it needed that oil in there to be a lubricant so the shit doesn't shift out of place? Oops. You mean those diamonds? They're very hard, and they're supposed to be, and they're harder than stone. They were not supposed to be dug up. The gold was not supposed to be removed. It's a pliable, flexible metal reinforcement. Especially out in California, where all the rock is porous. It gets hot and melts pretty easily. Bet you before the gold rush, it probably wasn't that as bad. And or it started being bad and God fixed it without you ever having to know. What'd you do? Melt some fucking gold in there. What the fuck's gold? Shut the fuck up. How's the weather? Fucking beautiful. Then shut the fuck up. What's this shiny? Leave the fucking shine. Fine, tear up the shining. Ooh, look at the shining. It's shiny. No, there's not going to be any repercussions of all the fucking strip mining. There's not going to be any. There's just money to be made. It's infinite. Yeah, God could be infinite. You know? Them oil fields dry up. America's thinking it's winning the war. Iran hasn't even started to fight. I saw, it didn't horrify me. It didn't worry me at all. It made me go, here it comes. Because, you sound Jacobs, what we're talking about, yeah. Because they were breaking out some long range rockets. They were raising them up. There's ones on the trucks there, like Russia had. I said what I said, had. Well, they sold them to a very rich oil country who then painted them. It's having the Russian, this exact same design and shape. They just put a paint stripe around there with the Iranian flag around it. Could have been done in Russia before they sent it over. Would you know about a supply? Would you personally know about a supply from Russia to them? Our intelligence would know about it. Guaranteed our intelligence would know about it. They probably wouldn't stop it. Because war is a great business. As I said, all you got to produce is dead bodies and destroyed things that can be rebuilt, which then causes the private sector to cover the rebuild costs. Because, well, now the garment district, it was turning into a nighttime atmosphere anyways, and so it's not a garment district anymore, so we can redesign it now. It's one positive. And so it turned a disaster, and there's a couple buildings standing. So it writes itself right into there from the tragedy, and we'll never forget to before too long. Like, what the fuck is a Stonewall? Wait, Stonewall Jackson? No. Stonewall what? Doesn't matter. You've suffered just as much as anybody else, right? I'm not saying you should have to. I'm just saying on the way to the freedom you seek, don't forget to give praise for how far you've made it. Are you there? No. Man, not thinking you or you. I'm thinking you. Been walking a long fucking time. We might have a long fucking way to go. But can I just stop and say we made it here? We ain't there? Huh? Some motherfuckers still there coming this way. But we're not. We're on our way to something else. Might not get there with you. He knew. It wasn't like he knew. If you go back and watch, his eyes are red. One of the last speeches he gave. I think that was one. I think he was going to go accept the Nobel Peace Prize. I think he got a message, and I think they were saying that if you don't basically forfeit that, you'll never make it to the acceptance speech. And or whatever it is, you just you won't make it the week, I believe, whatever it was, and they kept their word. But Esau and Jacob, twins, as they're born, the Lord says that this is Jacob and Esau. Esau being the first and Jacob being the second. It's like Jacob whom I loved, and Esau whom I've hated. Twin brothers. So I should tell you something. Moral, whatever, but parable, whatever you want to believe. But God doesn't believe in hate. He loved Jacob and hated his twin brother, which was maybe like a minute or two earlier than him. Supposedly, Jacob came out clasping his heel, which I don't know if that's what Jacob means, but Esau traded his inheritance, his birthright. There's a whole story about these beans and whatever. The firstborn, even in twins, the first to come out gets birthright. And if one twin is more committed than the other, the one that's not committed at all has the birthright. It was this close, man. And I'll actually fucking honor God. You're gonna fucking bring embarrassment to this whole fucking house. Because you don't. And they make it out that he tricked him. But the moral of the trickery is not tricking. It says that gives him a chance to play it off that he was deceived. There was he had some beans, and Esau had been working, and he came in and he asked for some beans, and Jacob said, "Fine, but I want your birthright citizenship." And his reply was like, "I'm dying. What good is a birthright?" Birthright said birthright. Sorry, birthright. Fucking thing. Sorry, whatever the fuck I've been saying is not the birthright. Citizenship to heaven. That's what I was trying to say. Endowment of heavenly endowment. That's what I've been trying to say. I've probably been saying all fucked up because I'm fucking high as shit. inheritance. You have the birthright inheritance. And he traded his heavenly inheritance for something tangible. Is the main moral of the story. Something he could have right now. But putting it that way, and as a food and whatever, fine. No, you could play it. You could play it off if you were sided with Esau. Here's his own brother. He's hungry and joking. He thinks he's joking around. He wanted to lawyer up, Especially a couple generations later, which is exactly what happened. He's hungry, and this is what his twin brother does to him. And then they supposedly sneak off. He and the mom sneak off to, and basically kind of take it from dude's hand, the dad's hand, and do the ritual, whatever. And Jacob gets it. And Esau's immediately crying and shit. I really don't see it going that way. Just reading the story of how it's going down, that sounds like some mediation over years. It sounds more like not in jest, not anything like that. Again, didn't take it seriously. It's like, fine, whatever it was he wanted. Maybe it was like they were kind of going hungry a little bit. And he had a bowl of beans, and he's like, dude, I haven't eaten since. He's like, I haven't either, man, but I've been eating mine slower. Like, come on, man, I'm hungry. Give me your birth inheritance. I'm fucking starving. What the fuck is that? If I don't live, the fuck, we may not live another day. Yeah, sure. I'm just hungry. Firstborn probably didn't know as much suffering. Firstborn, that's kind of stuff they do for the firstborn. Make sure the firstborn eats, and time to get tough. That's what supposedly did in the firstborn of Egypt. They had a special thing for giving the firstborn, especially when things get a little bit hard, giving them a double portion, so the other ones can die off as long as the firstborn lives. And there was something in this belief, something with the rice and the rats and the rice, because they're getting towards the last bit, and so it'd be like the last little bit, and the rats are trying to live off of it, and so were humans. One reason why cats are considered sacred. They kept rats away, mice away. But in times of like famine and shit, they would be something. They to make sure that the firstborn makes it, give him a double dosing. The kids don't really get it, but he gets a double dosing of basically poison. Firstborn, dead. There's a lot of stuff. That lines up. But anyway, so the thing about it is Esau goes on, becomes Edom, and they have the Edomites. EDOM. And then Jacob gets anointed by God to be Israel. Supposed inheritance supposed to go to Esau, the Edomites. The Romans divided into Palestinia. It may not have been pronounced exactly Palestinian, but there was diverse religions: Christianity, Judaism. Which if you believed in Esau, if you were Esau, you believe in that God until it was like settled 100% that you're not getting that. Like, you're not getting that. But I know. And you traded it away, and they went through the ritual, and you even witnessed it. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. It's Jacob's now. Then curse your God, and here comes Palestine. Sorry. I believe Islam believes that they separated from the house of Abraham at Isaac, right? Because it wasn't Isaac and Sarah, it was Isaac and Ishmael who had their firstborn. And again, birthright. But God did not promise it to Abraham's first. Abraham and Sarah. He said he promised Sarah. And that's why Isaac, is because she laughed, because she said that she's too old. He's like, and you're going to name him Isaac, which means to laugh. And then, because it actually meant something, because that was him and his wife, not him and his wife's handmaid. That's who God married. That's who God said is going to go through that family. Abraham and Sarah. Sarah actually convinced them. They say. But isn't it always blaming women? He probably was like, I don't know. I don't know. He had enough faith to take his. That's what they're saying. They're trying to say that. What I've heard is that the Islamic believe that it was Hagar's child, and that would make sense because it's almost like sacrificing to get rid of the firstborn, and then didn't. It does make sense. Couldn't do it the last second. The other one would be that Isaac was called because God said, that's your wife, not a concubine. So that's your firstborn. You're in her. But that marriage, that union, that's the one I said. What the fuck was that shit? Well, she was only getting older. Does that matter to me? No. I'll come down and have a literal star. Do whatever the fuck I want to you. Live inside your fucking anus. That's not possible. Everything's possible. And he didn't, again, not trusting that. Esau didn't trust it his own self. And then Abraham didn't trust it. Both about inheriting the promised land, Yeah. One knows we serve a mighty powerful God, because that one quote, I can't remember who it's attributed. I believe it's Ben Franklin. No, not Ben. Sorry, who is it? It's Einstein. I think Ben. Reality, no matter how persistent, remains a dream or illusion, one of the two. But yeah, again, that's the only thing I can say that I know exists. We call it the Phaneron. My looking out on things. I don't know how things look from other perspectives. Is there another? I don't know. I hate the thought that there's not. I do. I hate the thought. I want the world to be full of fucking life and people that can care. People that want to try, people that, and that's the difference between art and not art. Did you try? Right? When, if, again, happy little accident, did you just give up and say, I'm no good? Did you try again with another piece of paper? Like, you just wouldn't accept that as being, at least, like, and you keep trying. Thing is, when you keep trying and keep trying, you're going to hone something in, and then someone's going to come along and look at it, and what you're looking to draw is far from what everyone sees. They have no idea what you're trying to draw. There's just only this picture, and they're either drawn to it or they're not. I still want some of Duke's work. I want to hang one up here because I got this one here. I really like this. This Francisco. It's a long, narrow piece. I like it a lot. But I like some of his work in here. But I figured out what I'm going to do for better weather. I'm going to take those 3 panels together. He had some, and he had some nice, really, really cool like brush strokes of stuff. And it's coming together. Just like first was just a few brush strokes, and then it became like an image. I'm like, that's really fucking cool. I was like, I'd really like to have something like that, on the wall. And I just pictured him like, no, stick your fucking panels together, and you can just do that yourself. I'm like, I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. That's not a problem. I'm not saying I do it well either. I know if I just want to do lines, that's many thing I want. Just some scattered, fucked up, crazy lines. I want some of his work because he's just that good of work. You know, like sure I can can play, but I'd rather listen to the actual thing. You know, sure I can play some stuff. I really like to listen to, or I mean, I really like being part of music, not just writing it. Which when someone's like, then we could go. But the thing is, a lot of people get upset. I'm like, or I don't mean that to be the end all. What about? What if no? I've heard that before, and I never stomped out. Basically, I'm saying I don't. I see what you're going. I don't really like it, but what about this? This is something that's kind of like a half to me. What seems like a halfway between. I don't like that either. What about? Okay, I see what you're keeping of the original idea and why you're going back. What about? Because I don't. And that's actually what you're trimming out is the stuff I didn't like. What about this? We're closer, What about? And the last one, like, yeah, I can live with that. Can live with that. I can live with that. I can get behind and jam hard on that. We play the fucking barkeep, sure. I can. Oh yeah, I can play that shit. You know what I mean? Something I can get behind. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The bad guy, fuck. But I can see why. You can show me why. Yeah, I'm behind it. I'll play that motherfucker hardcore. I won't be the bad guy, but I'll play the bad guy like a motherfucker. You'll feel that, everything's short of actually happening. Is this where you kill me, remember? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just like watching you work, man. Yeah, I know, but it's gonna be bad if I kill you. Fuck him. What happened? I don't know. Ah! It fucked up. It's where you kill me. Oh man, I just got lost in your performance. That was great. You think I come this far to surrender to you? Van Helsing. What you doing, man? Van Helsing. That's when you say to the hell, All right. Dracula wins this round. It's a new twist, isn't it? Dr. Van Helsing, what do you think? And he's already fucking been bit. Okay. I think he was bit the night before. So we can keep walking, I guess. We're on horseback. I mean, are you sweating? Yeah. You know, just, maybe. Van Helsing and four adventurers found the spiral newspaper. How long has it been since you've seen a spiral newspaper come at you? That's too long, goddammit. That's too fucking long. That was in every goddamn movie. It really was. Go back in the 80s and shit. There's a spiral newspaper. $11 and all's well. I don't know if I think I might have mentioned it. But he got tired of screaming all's well, so he starts telling them how he's doing. 7 o'clock and my diarrhea's finally stopped. The town's just gotten used to it now. $9 and my elbow is very itchy. What's this doing? Got tired screaming all's well. Then it started to be on a fucking loop of all's well. All is well. All well is well. How's things going? All is well. Just go down to is well. It's going as well. As well. Swell. As well. As well. Swell. How things going? Swell. All is well. Report. All's well. As well. As well. As well. As well. AI. AIW. And or just AW. All well. 7 o'clock. Swell. Swell. It's swell. Isn't it swell? Chicken flipping. Yeah. Fulcrum? Fulcra? What is it there? Fulcrum? I don't remember. I'll have to look what I named him. I know I was kind of basing it off of Fulcrum. That's like the way it sounded. And they had the Grimmel, you know, Grimalkin, the kin of Grimmel. So, um, and I was like, I don't want them having that war, because that's always so typical. They're their arch enemy. It's like, they don't have to be enemies. They don't have to be allies either, though, do they? I mean, are the eagle and the jaguar enemies? Do they really, you know? If a cat were to climb a tree and found some eggs and or some birds, they have been known to. Same with the bat. I could see like the young ones flying by and like a grimmel, and like just snatch it out. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way life is. And there's no war. The next thing you know, like a big fucking army, because it happens to them. They know it happens to their kind also. If a kid goes wandering out too far, when they're kind of, God, I told that motherfucker. Fuck, why didn't they take the run? That kind of mentality instead of like how we'd be like, We're gonna stalk them motherfucker. There's not gonna be another one by sun, you know. Everybody in the village goes, you know, burns the whole fucking village down. I am the law. You know, fuck off. Why was he fuck up there with Trump? Did he do some naughty no stuff? Did Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley do some no stuff they don't want coming to light? I bet you there's a whole list of fucking famous people. Did you tell them you know me? What the fuck? Yeah, let me go. That's fucking Gene Simmons. Would you? What the fuck are you doing? It wouldn't for the right people. Fucking tell them I'm Bill Gates. They know who you are. Wait, would just oh yeah. Hey guys, just got a call from DOJ. Fine, let him go. He got to check himself into fucking prison. Oh, that was necessary. Back is starting to feel a lot better already. So, I've been fucking rolling my back down the side of the couch, and like just like sitting there and scooting down. It's been like just popping shit slowly but surely, but I can't. I need to get some kind of push and just kind of get it, you know, like how they do with the chiropractor. And I'm getting more movement in there and just moving around a lot more. I'm not feeling as shitty in the stomach anymore, so it's a lot easier to move around. I'll get back to exercising Monday, not Sunday. Have to see what happens Sunday. I feel your blood run cold. It's a rainy Saturday. I feel like playing some Gitanos Wrangler Stanko Fingles. Goddamn Finkelstein shit, kid. Son of a bitch. Better play my acoustic? Yeah, I'll probably just play my acoustic. 1:58 in the morning. Probably not a good time to be playing some, building out some tunes. But tomorrow afternoon, before they get used to living in a nice, quiet neighborhood, sure they know, they're probably like, what the fuck did we do? You moved in next to a loud dude. Dude! I've been much more careful about when I'm pumping my like sub. I even disconnected one out there since the thing of the way I had it before. I noticed the volume came back up. I think that was draining on the sub out there. I mean, because it was working so good, it was hitting really good, and all of a sudden, I guess I had to crank it too much, and it was having to do it. The signal was just too weak, and I was like, "Why is my signal suddenly weak?" And I looked at it, I'm like, "Oh, I was in the other room. I'm like, it just doesn't sound right." But now I could probably hook my sub back up and probably work just fine because it was working really, really good for a while there. But neighbors there, it's not necessary. I do want to get that system. I'm like, fuck, I wish I could just clone it. You know, like if this was a digital place, I just clone it and bring it back here so that way I'd have the same speakers because those PA speakers, god damn, those would be great. And then getting that one, this fucking driver. I just need that driver. It's got the screws. Like I could replace it. You'd think that they would sell it. Like, oh, we're selling the mounted pairs. I'm like, I'll live without it being a pair. It's exact matching. My ears aren't exact matching. My eyes aren't exact matching. I'll live. My music is not exact. Can I just get a God blessed save America? Fuck finances. Can I just get this fucking woofer for Behringer Truth 2038? Why do you sell everything? Well, why are you stopping selling those? They're awesome. I still gotta thank again, fucking Sunny Hair for the Fostex. I've never really liked those kind of like the bookshelf kind of monitors because they just and I fucking love them because they don't give an accurate representation. Between the three things that I have, like this will give me a good headphone. I mean, perfect headphone thing. But it's kind of missing some of the bass frequencies. So I tend to crank those too much. That's when I can crank that to here. And to these right here, I can find if it sounds good, then I know it fucking sounds good to these. But right there, as long as I get it balanced where it sounds good to those, it's gonna sound good to pretty much any goddamn thing. And I can even kick in the sub down there and find out how those would respond in basically any kind of field. Is it really wide? Is it focused in the center? You know what I mean? I'm learning how to do all that shit. I can then turn those off if I want to and then throw it to these. And if I had the woofer in there, then I could guarantee how the fucking, because these sound fucking great. And just cut everything below 80 and send everything like from about 80 or so to this thing. And that way it's doubling up. And so it's just like highs, mids, and then lows. And so it just can sit right here between the two. That's exactly fucking about it there. It's exactly fucking middle. That's how I measured it out. And then, yeah, as long as I'm maintaining down both fucking, yep. And, this probably doesn't look like it right there. Oh, it might, it does kind of. I got my control center here. It's just such a fucking dope hybrid studio. To me, it's like the perfect fucking hybrid studio because I got all the instruments that I need, but all the amps. I mean, that's I won't say one of the least important parts, but I mean, the audience isn't going to know the difference between an orange and an imitation orange. There'd be a little bit of difference. That's why I use a tube preamp to kind of give it back some of that tube life when I can. I should go buy a tube for that. I could do that this month. Buy a new head for that too. Think about just keeping that snare the way it is. It's fucking kicking it, man. It's kicking ass. I might just start buying regular. Yeah, you know what? I might just start buying regular Tom. I like the black color ones, but dude, they cost so fucking much, and they're just getting worn through. They're batter heads, so I figured they could take a beating, but they cannot. I don't know. They're shipping out the wrong ones. I'm getting the resonant heads on the bottom, which aren't designed to be struck at all. But there's a couple that have been doing well. It's just that I finally found the original tips that I got that were on there, the black ones. Yeah, they're up there. Even this tip right here is from time to time one just unscrew. I wish they hadn't done that. I mean, I get what they're doing. If they had made like these are for electric, maybe if the inside there wasn't so, if you could just put some screw on that or just a cover, because when it comes off, there's just this metal pole, and it just rips a hole right through the fucking drum head. And the first heads that these were on there just fucking exploded. They just blew out. And these are like $30 sticks. It wasn't long, and they just fucking just blew the fuck up. I found out there are other replacement tips. I got the an 8-pack, and they were too fucking small because they're for the 5Bs instead of the 2Bs. And then got these, the right size. Well, actually, I got those, and they said they're for this kind. I had to adjust so that they would stay on, and then they wouldn't stay on. And that's why I started tearing the fucking head, because it's just dark in here when I'm playing, and I'm just the next thing I was kind of doing, I'm looking, it's tip's gone. It's just been, I don't know how long. I can see marks on my heads, right? My new heads, where I just got finished. They're expensive, and they're fucking, with the snare head, I just got a new one. It's like fucking $25 for the head, where the other heads are like, I think 15. But I like the way the look, it's slick as shit when there's the black ones. Maybe I just put these away until, except for, like I said, performing, for recording, because it's got that nice roll tip. It can actually, the ones I use are more than enough. Plenty good. So, skunky funky. Dude, that juniper berry, fucking juniper, whatever the fuck, deodorant, Arm & Hammer, rules. It fucking rules. Okay. It's pretty, but it's manly. It's like, fucking smell good. A little bit sweet. Doesn't smell good. I like it. I don't give a fuck. I was sitting there doing the dishes, like, oh, don't that smell nice? Fresh from the shower, my black soap. Oh, yeah. That should last, too. So I am still, oh, that would be fucking great. Still coming up with ideas for VARs and shit like that. But what I was just thinking just now would be a, Behringer, somebody needs to get on it. Tube preamp that's a channel. It's got the preamp, it's got a tube preamp, it's got the compression, it's got all the stuff, kind of like the manly, like the de-esser. It's got all the stuff. It's like a vocal box, but it can be a guitar box to help, ground out any noise. It's just a fucking tube channel. An ant coming on my leg. Like they make for the whatchamacallit. I think the rack mounts are about ready to make a fucking comeback. I don't know if they're still using those a lot or not, but I mean, I don't think hardware will ever go out of style, because it's just too fun playing with knobs. If I'm being honest, there's, like I said, the mixing board, if it could control more shit, that could be, I mean, I like doing all the knobs and shit and blah, blah, blah. But if I had some more knobs over here and could control inside of here the way that this control surface does, fuck, that'd be sweet. Play, stop, record, arm track parameters, all right there. It'd be so fucking dope. Like I said, this part, the front part, even like I said, that the back part could be where all the housing for like the mixing board, where all the mixing stuff happens. The front part could be almost like you could spill liquid on it and fuck it up because it can click off. And then the whole control surface interface is very not cheap, but it's not the gut. It's just got the guts inside that send a signal to the computer screen, which then sends its signal when it's connected to the mixing board to tell the computer inside there what to do, how to route the things in and out. The way it's doing right now, only, like I said, this whole front piece will be detachable. So again, if you spill shit on it, it doesn't ruin anything. If I just take your tablet out of there, which would already be in a waterproof enclosure, and open it up, take your tablet out. If it was all gummed up, then you could just take it to the shop and just get that part done. You could still, whatever your last settings were on the mixing board, just leave it there. You just don't have control over it until you get the piece back. How dope would that be? Whatever your last settings were, just don't fucking change anything. Effects and everything. It could even have where like your tablet, if your tablet could still interface with it, you just don't have surface control. You'd have control for the brain because the brain's in your tablet. Fuck, that'd be dope as shit. So you could turn effects and stuff on and off. You can mute different tracks and everything. It's just you wouldn't have the sliders. Oh, again, and if you were a MacGyver type person, it's the serviceable parts are in that. So you're meeting them halfway. Look, there's no serviceable parts in the back part. That has to go. If anything back there stops working, that has to go. But anything in the front, you want to fucking replace the sliders. We don't guarantee, once you open it up and whatever, we know our sliders. We know our installation when we do our installation. So if you want to buy some from us and replace them, if you want to buy some off the fucking eBay, whatever, and replace them. We're not trying to stop you. We're just saying, just don't go inside that back part. Voids of warranty. Like I said, if they did the way I wanted, there'd be a reclamation. You bring in you bring that in. It's good ass preamps and shit in there. If nothing else can be salvaged for later for like a vintage. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking for go through the inventory real quick. Turns out, yeah, we did, man. Some guys turned in theirs for so they can get from the 5, they were updated to 12. You want a 5? If you have like one, you got 4. You got 4? Can I buy all of them? Yeah. It's been sitting around here. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Because someone's always upgrading to the shittiest fucking level and just getting blown away by it, like, fuck, this one does 16, this thing is 16 tracks. It's got fucking automated fucking faders and all this other shit. This one came out like 2010, man. It's at least like, yeah, like 14 years ago. Crazy, right? There was a time when this was the most expensive thing that I owned. It was, when it first came out, it was $2,000. My car was $3,500. Definitely the most expensive piece of studio gear I've ever owned. Fucking versatile and just a goddamn shame that it's just languishing there, man. Now we can do updates. Speaking of updates, I saw someone talking about like something, Steam releasing Titanfall free is the thing that's keeping it alive. It's such a great game. I mean, I've been playing it on Xbox now, but like you have to have live. And I only play when I stopped playing. I stopped playing because it would take forever to get matches, and for that you wouldn't even get. I mean, if there were people that were playing death matches. A lot of them were either hacking or had shitty ass lines, or maybe my line's shitty. And it's never fair. I'll be shooting someone in the back of the fucking head, and they should drop dead. And then I watch the playback, and it ain't nothing like what I watch. I'm just like dumbass, just running around firing at nothing. They come behind me, like punch me in the head one time. I'm like, that dude was in front of me getting shot. When it would work, oh my god, I love that game. It needs to get a proper successor, and the proper successor would take it to the beginning, not to the next level. It would. We just got this jump pack worked out and explain the story behind it. I get it before because they thought that would be enough to just throw people in with and it was to throw into the not campaign. The campaign was the versus multiplayer mode, and fun as shit, especially when you call on the Titan and this fucking when they break atmosphere and they crash and get inside when they go nuclear, and fucking the light. I mean the image that it projects when it fucking goes nuclear is fucking sick. But yeah, I'd end up just playing that. What's that Harvest? My favorite games go nowhere. Titanfall and Homefront. Matter of fact, they joined together to become Apex, if that tells you anything. If you play Homefront, you'll see some doors by the Apex company. And then a lot of the creatures in the background are from Titanfall, from whatchamacallit. It's so similar to Titanfall that when I played it, I couldn't play it because I was trying to do the double jump and it wasn't there. Some of the robot guy, I don't know if he's still the same robot guy, but that robot guy, the original guy, that was one of the guys from one of the NPCs from Titanfall. And yeah, just a fucking great game. The reason it didn't do well, pardon me, is because they were campaigned against, basically. It was dope and it was hyped up and it was looked forward to. And then when it came out, it was Xbox exclusive. And then all those people that were hyped up, excited about it, started ragging on, talking about how it sucked, it was shit, it was terrible, and whatever, dude. That game was fucking awesome because they sure did love the Call of Duty. It's from the company. There's some guys that worked at Call of Duty, whichever one was, whatever. And so they stepped away to do Respawn with Titanfall, and it should have taken them off. I mean, it is so much better than any Call of Duty bullshit. Such a good fucking game. And if it was up to me, what they would have done is as they're going, the campaign was going through the verses, but whoever won the verses would determine the next position of where you're going. You know what I mean? So there's all these different ways to it. The storyline could go. You're playing story mode and you're going through, like, it starts out this one mission where you guys are matching up as the first matchup. Whoever wins that causes it to go here or here. Whoever wins that causes it to go here or here, and it just keeps ping pong, and then it can do the way out there. And that way it just keeps changing up. It just rotates to the different maps they have, telling the different parts of the story at different timings. Well, they knocked out the oil because there's one big oil. They knocked out the oil. We got this one chance. It was really cool. I thought it was very creative. After you win or lose the match, then there's the evac. Oh, that was fucking dope as shit. Because you could destroy the evac ship. I don't know if anyone knew that before. I know people. I wonder if you can, because there's some ships are coming in to do different shit, and I just started fucking trying to tear them up, and sure as fuck it blew up. And then next thing I know, everybody's trying to do it. I never saw anybody else do it before me. And then my Titan, and they're taking off, and a lot of people are like trying, they're kind of dicking around, whatever. And I'm just fucking gunning on the evac ship, like fuck that, you're going nowhere if I can help it. And unfortunately, long forward, but it's just about to take off, and Andor is taking off, and I fire one last shot, and I'm like, yeah, you back denied, bitch. Fucking love that game. It's fucking sick. Titanfall 2 is not as good. That's basically Call of Duty, and Titanfall. Well, again, like, why would you wear a ghillie suit in this place where your sniper suit is like a sleek thin and can go transparent? What the fuck would you need a ghillie suit for? It's just from people that just cannot get away from the fact that a sniper has a ghillie suit. This is a stealth sniper that's like in a futuristic type thing. It's a total different deal. There should have been more, if there was more chances to upgrade your shit. That's one thing. I mean, on the fucking player cards, the Titan cards and different shit you could get. Fuck, that was great. I would have done more of a chance type thing, like especially for part two. It's more like you're going to like a gambler den, and it's like a second game, and you could play against other players. Stuff about that now, so it could be like you can play solo and just buy cards, and then you can take those cards and play against other people. I'm like, you can bet like your shit, like wham wham, and then you win some, you lose some. You might walk away with a fuck ton, like a pot. You may walk away if there's only 2, 3 people playing. You might walk away with like three, but you may lose all your shit. But that would add on to the game of there's different locations that you play basically, and so you're still playing in first person. You're looking over your cards that you have, your Titan cards and shit. And decide which ones you want to play with, and any up like because there's different levels. They might throw in like a defense card. Then you have to okay, fuck. Someone throws down an actual Titan card where you can get like, oh fuck, you need to back out. Like, fuck, yeah, that's your Titan card. Someone else does it too, and whoever wins. The different settings change different. I have a bunch of them, just little like these sleazy fucking looking futuristic dens of betting. I guess you could have some places depending on where they're supposed to be located, and kind of classy. A little, not really. Wouldn't want to be super classy because nothing in there. And it reminded me so much of Firefly. Like that would be even the music in the background. So it reminded me of like this is would be like the Firefly universe. Yeah, and then this would be like the brown coats versus. That would be dope. They should relaunch it, and then but it's just instead of being um, what it is now. It's in the Firefly world, brown coats, and it's just and not necessarily talk about Mal. He may have some part in there, like you hear his voice from and the different people from the show could play different characters, but it's not necessarily centered on them. That's why I like the idea of my sequel to Firefly, which would be to keep it going. It's called Lyrics from the Verse. And they are a major part, like the remaining cast. But it's like theirs is like an overarching story, and it starts with them, and then they might land in some place, and then it leaves from them and follows this group. Tells a very interesting story, and then it starts from time to time, kind of like movies do, catches up with Mal, and kind of enough to keep you going as to like it's an overarching story of that's the way it was before, only they were also the mini story in between. This is they're the overarching story over 4 or 5 seasons. They may have a total of like 2, 3 hours, like a whole movie, over that 2, 3 hours. And there's a lot of subplot being played out by other people in interesting ways. That way it can keep going, but they've already filmed the parts of the Firefly characters. And so no matter how many years keep going, they're still flying, baby. Wouldn't that be fucking dope? Even if they're overarching story, it's just like, kind of like these little wisdom, little, summations of stuff. And just keep going, keep flying. When it's pointless, just keep going, man. Like one of the last episode, just keep going. I can see Mal just giving that to just whatever you do. Don't stop, just keep going. Keep flying. It's like 8 years and he's already passed, you know what I mean? Because it's been a while. And this is still filmed from like when they started filming. Like, damn, man. Remember? Yeah. Crazy. Way better than the comic book's a cool idea, but you could cover all that shit, you know, depending on how necessary it is to cram it in the time frame. I've already thought, wait, they already covered how washed when he died. Already covered how he'd be one of the last guys, and one of the guys in one of the last episodes. He's had all the internal insides, every internal organ pulled out and replaced. Now Wash was dead, but they can do that. If they scan him, the Alliance would scan him for a body scan. Like, this guy's one of the best fucking pilots that's been registered to get him out. And even as the guy said, he's like, he's got the million credit. He's not going to let them pull this million credit organs from me, meat from me, and then leave me for dead. You've already established the prize, million credits. Now he's got to pay that off to the Alliance. So he's got to fly for the Alliance. You can't let them know that he's alive. You can't let the Alliance know that he knows who they are. You see? And he also might have post-traumatic stress from being fucking killed viciously by this fucking spear going through his stomach. So the funny guy is also got some really, and he would play that so good. He's such a diverse character. He's such a good actor. It'd make it so much broader that you might have like everybody's laughing and he walks up and just like, you know what I mean? And he goes walking off to pilot and next one goes, ah, it's just little random shit and he's flying and someone's behind him. Yeah, hey, oh shit, I fell asleep, I guess, especially since Zoe's supposed to stay there. She's like, I'm your wife and I can tell, yeah. It'd be cool if she was already pregnant by the time he died. She kept talking about she wanted a kid, so they could have the kid, and you think they Wash is dead, but he's not necessarily. Then all of a sudden, they have one mission. He's like, and like the guy's in the pursuit. And like, I recommend we just let him go that far out. I can make it there, and you're like, Wash is alive, and he goes to take like a shower, whatever. He's got the big fucking thing where he was dead. You can see like this little thing in his neck. It's like you know what I mean, or something like that. So it's like. Still got like Zoe's, whatever, and you know what I mean? That necklace or whatever. You might have gone back to where she fucking with it. Oh, fuck, that'd be great. Yeah, again, if you have a why, people will get over all the other shit, really, man. Why? Because fucking, everybody would do that shit. Shut the fuck up because everybody knows it's why. That's why. It's a good why. Now shut the fuck up. Unless you're talking about how to make it better, which you're not doing, so shut the fuck up. I just want to get high. So roll me up a fat one, and roll one bigger than that one. There we go. That's they're comfortable. Yeah, I like that. Where are we now? Okay, cool. Where are we now? Okay. This doesn't have to move at all. So I just have to reach up there and grab my keyboard. That's a little bit. Pitch it up a little bit. All right. I'm getting things way down. I really, really like it. On top of that, I think that arm's got to come off of there. I think the inside is stripped is why it's just flopping about. I got another one over there. But then also have also another stand, and I can stand. Get going out to it doesn't mean I got my good non-whistling. Um, yeah, I like getting everything kind of set up and ready to go. It fucking sucks because I got that this big ass fucking thing. Just put a fucking new head on it. That's a secret to mine. Not skimping out on the foam between the pad, the receiving pad, and the strike head. It gives it, it absorbs enough of the hit with the Mylar, lets it roll like a regular head would. But also when you hit it, it gives like a recoil instead of being like the mesh head where it just bam, bounces off. It hits and recoils the way a drum head would. I play these in if they were all together like what and they were sensitive like they should be. These everything I got is used, so I got these used. They're already probably beating the hell and back. There's mismatch from different kits and shit. So the head, the brain. I'd like to like factory reset it because it used to have the foot pedal with the foot chick. That's gone. I don't know why, but I can see it when I play with just the sounds from there, but it won't transfer over to BFD. I'm thinking there might have been an update that did to the whatever. So someday I'll probably do a full factory reset. At least try from there. There's also a pack. There's where they released one pack. It takes up the whole drum brain pretty much if you install it. Can't remember the company, but yeah, it'd be such an easy thing to do just to have the USB drive in the back. So that way, if you had it on a computer or whatever, you put your thing in there and it's going to go on there. So again, you wouldn't need the full 127. You could just grab a much smaller set. And on top of that, if we had like just the 40 or whatever, you could just say, just grab the full kit, which would be like, if it has the stick, brush and, like mallet or whatever, grab all three, or just grab the stick, just grab the whatever, and you can just pick whatever you want, and then you load down the stick on the there, and then it loads the whole kit sound. But you won't be able to switch over unless you load the entire kit. If you have like it could easily have for SSD external and or external hard drive. I've got a 500 gig external USB 2.0 hard drive that would work great for holding sounds like that. Because my entire drum library at 127 velocities and all the extra articulations is only like 700 to 800 gigs. So if it would be stripped down like MP3, really, really as small file size as possible. And that way it's faster transfer. Playing it here, it's just to be played out and to be into sound. It can have its own reverb, so that way you don't have to do all the rooms, mics or anything. You just have a reverb built in there. You can just turn on that gives like, roomier, whatever, dense room. And then you can have like different like IRs that load up and the IRs and then just, yeah, you can load one IR and then just the mix level. I guarantee people are like, fuck, because if it's actual room, it would sound no matter even if you had like whatever. If you took all those sounds off of there, and like I said, if you sold the brain and the brain had a BFD type computer on it, but you could hook it up USB and or Wi-Fi, and you get to download one complete kit, stick, brush, mallet, a three thing, stick, brush, hands, whatever they have on there. And it has enough toms, to do what you need to do. You have 5 toms, you have 6 toms, whatever toms you need, they'll have enough toms to do that. Again, I know how to take even from 2, and it'll sound like, you clone it high, clone it lower. And then you take the other one that's lower and clone it high and clone it lower. And it's dun, 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 dun. It'll sound like 6 from 2 that are completely sampled, and I guarantee you no one would really know. From 3, you could do easily 6. That would be, 1 high, 1 middle, dun, dun, dun. That's 5. So if there's 2 of each, a different pitch, if you pitch them right, it would step dun, 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 dun. I'm not sure if any of that makes any sense. It does up here. I know exactly what I'm saying up here. It's sane, I promise. Yeah, that's what's really been driving me nuts my whole life. It's the stuff I've been saying has been sane. It's just that people don't necessarily comprehend it, and or think I have bad motivations because, like, and then how much money you make. I'm like, I don't know. You don't want none. I wouldn't say none. I've got to survive. So whatever I got, I want to make a living wage. But don't worry about that because I've got other fucking things I want to be getting into. I like to help. I'm sorry that's very weird in this world. How many times I've been so disappointed, like people, I just do something very human for another person, and someone's like, "You're so nice," or whatever. I'm like, that's disgusting. It's literally, as I'm looking at it, it's literally the least I could have done. And humans are that fucking bad. I gave that guy again, I gave him 5, and he's thanking me. I'm like, don't thank me because I could give you a lot more. And actually, I probably should. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get fucking stoned. I'm gonna go buy some. I already promised. I not promised. I already scheduled to get some weed. And I want that weed. And after spending that $50 on that weed, which at the time bought a fuck ton. I still have a good, like, $25 after giving you that 5, so I could do more. So don't fucking thank me. Literally, like, when the least the least I could have done is nothing. The absolute. Next have been like to give him one of the fucking like ones I had as change, and like if I even had, I think I had like a 1, a 5, a 20, and I knew I was about to get a 50 bag. There may have been a couple of fluffs. It's like fucking. Might have been an angel for all I know. And yes, I thought that at the time. Might be an angel for all I know. Don't look like it, but I mean, fuck. Apparently, it's a lot. They didn't look like it either. I think the other people knew. That's the only reason why every man was in the street. Every kid, in case they started talking shit, like, no, man, you don't have to do like, dude, I'm like fucking 10. I've already had it to me, so you can send him out. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know what the town this is. You know what town this is. I could have left by now. Well, that I'm here because there's new people. Like America. Eventually, when's it our turn to do the fucking instead of being fucked? Again, it would not surprise me at all if fucking America was originally fucking prison colony. Man. There's no civilization there. And then possibly some of the fucking landowners, the prison plantation owners, if you will. What are they going to do? Come over here and get the tax? We can just cut them out. Isn't that just the American capital way? Capitalism way? Just cut you out. You're not necessary. I mean, you funded the whole adventure, and and I wouldn't be able to do it, and I was appointed to this high position to be a high position here. But now that we're here, I'm basically your position here, and you're not here, and that's pretty cool because as long as I'm cool with people here, I can blame everything on you guys being dicks. Taxes. Yeah, there's fucking. We don't want to raise taxes. A fucking dick, man. Fucking king. Let's even come over here and get his fucking tax, huh? Who's with me? Yeah, fuck him. It was take us like fucking a long time to get here. He's gonna get his prissy ass on the boat and come over. He's coming. He's not coming, but the army's coming. Fuck him. See what they don't know how to live here. We know how to live here. But in case the stress was Native Americans, we didn't do it. The fucking savages out there in the fucking probably go out there and kill them. The fucking Indians. If I said Native Americans, like, why would I kill the people that are native here? You know what I'm saying? They're not native. They're just like they were born here, but they're not from here. They're not from England from here. Oh, cool. You got a musket with a bayonet I can borrow? And savages? They didn't have the decency to come over to England first and ask us if they can move here? They don't have money. They pay taxes to the king. Savage. They don't have toilets. You can't just spend all day hunting and fishing. You can't. Because that's not real. That kind of life is brutal and harsh and hard. Well, I don't. I like things to be comfortable. Not that brutal. We're just gardeners and oh yeah, we hunt. We tend to the entire garden. Yeah, sounds rather gay. You're the one wearing a wig and heels and a petticoat. Petticoat Junction. The one always trying to stick your flag and shit. So yeah, so I was giving this thing just clean because it didn't stick. What's in the heater? It's a bit warm. I need to pee, so I gotta turn some music on. It's probably more information you needed, but truth is the truth, and um, always will be. Wasted hesitance. I do like this one.
She's so close now, skin like deception. She's so cold when she's the dark and got me on my toes. I'm walking tightrope on one wrong move and it's gone. Noxious elasticity, she wanders close to me. Such nauseous chemistry, she wanders ever closer. With noxious elasticity, she wanders after me. Looks the whole scene as she wanders ever close. All alone, her skin and armor tone. Truth is, I'm just another pawn. As the ceiling's craving and then my words so very paper thin. All the words we wrote on lost stone. With noxious elasticity, she wanders ever closer to me. With nauseous of ease, she wanders closer. Bent with light and disease, she lingers ever closer to me. My cautious reality in flames as she wanders. there, girl, where you gonna be? Headed over to the wish you well. Take a little sip from me and take away a bit of this hell. Don't really matter now. I got 14 eyes on me all the time. I got these stripes, but I got no crown.
Sir, you always didn't do nothing wrong. Even Trump always didn't do nothing. How is that fucking possible? Alright, so, what did we learn? We have to learn to mute and unmute things. If we don't do that properly, the show goes all kind of kooky. Thanks for tuning in. How was that? So, yeah. This computer is not exactly like top of the line. It's not a gaming computer or of this era. It kicks ass over my old one by far. But this guy's kind of like stepping into what this era can do. The more modern computer, I mean, it would need a quite an overhaul. I would want like several things. You know, I mean, but it's one of those things that, again, it need to be hybrided out from the fucking almost from the ground up to work together like almost like a yeah a one. You know, this is like almost like a new start on almost all humanity. Like we're taking a stance that from here on out that alternative life, birds, fish, all the other shit is equal to human life, plant life, insect life. You know what? We're all fucking. Maybe you're annoying them by being in their fucking yard with all that empty, smelling trash, or the cheap ass glue you put in the fucking wallpaper. It's not their fault for being there necessarily. All things decay, but for some reason we all, because of money, we want to root down and like never lose. That's why storms come through and people lose everything. Lost everything. Did you? You're alive, and the person you made those memories with are still with you to make new future memories. It was telling you you're clinging to the past too hard. That's keeping you hoping for a future that doesn't exist and will not exist from where you're going, you know? How much you'd mourn that if you were going on the future that was laid out. Now you're on a totally different future. You have no idea where it's going to be. Let's imagine it's going to be somewhere better. Or at least it's going to be as good as whatever you had. Serve a very good God. No matter what books and atheists say. Remember talking to my brother, he's an atheist. No problem. But, we were talking about stuff, and I was like, it got to the point where we're basically almost arguing about whether or not we actually exist, whether we were on the phone. I was like, I mean, unless you're trying to say that we're not actually here. He's like, well, I don't know. I mean, there's debate. I'm like, oh my God. Are you fucking serious? Got better things to do with Christmas, bro. And as you're going, you're slurring and slurring more and more. And then comes the who said that? Fucker, you did. Fuck, not even 5 minutes ago. Who said that? Really? Sure. I get fucked up. I mean, bro. Whoa. Yo, bro. Take it kind of slow. Never know where your shit's gonna go. There's some gookity gook in there, isn't there? Fucking hell. I scoop down this thing. I use it. I try to like, cause it's hot. I try to like scoop it all and pull it out. And I pull like a fucking core, like a good fucking thing out. And it was like, okay, cool, it's working good. But I could tell that I could push the big clump down. I thought I just sat down there, but I don't know. Must have fucking gooped up in there. Yeah, that's not even still not clear. I remember when I got this, it was all see through. That sound was going on. It surely went. Pushed something right into that fucking hole, didn't it? Oh, it can be hash and wax and fucking. Oh, crap, bro. Whatever the fuck that shit. Shatter and. Oh, fucking hell. Happy joy time. Joy, but I'll get mine. I do. Clean this one. Get done. I always forget to clean the strings. And just like, oh, that's great. And just. Go tell you my theory about Robert Johnson. Okay, so my theory on Robert Johnson goes, especially with him playing slide, that he couldn't play for shit. What he could do was, I'll show you. He could sing. He could be enthusiastic and that's out there. It goes down to the crossroad, the regular tune guitar, but it's they're chasing him out of the fucking bars and stuff. He really wants to play. He really wants. And he's trying to sing. I got my baby, she know what about me. You know what I mean? And like, he goes up to this crossroads, and there is no one out there. He doesn't think at midnight. Might be drunk, whatever. I don't know. And he's just wailing and screaming on his guitar, and they're white dude. Just, what in the fuck are you doing? Happened to be a slide guitarist with a black wife from New Orleans. They're gonna kill you. Give me that fucking guitar. They're gonna kill you, man, if they find out that you just tell them the white devil, tell them the devil taught you how to play guitar. And down to the crossroad, so my soul. It's got good, you gotta have a good tale to tell, right? We're gonna wonder how you came back in 6 months, knowing that tomorrow morning you're gonna go. Someone working at you. You're gonna have to make it convincing that your hands. Well, baby, she gon' tell me something true. Well, it's over. Well, baby, I'm coming home for you. It was on slides. I'm going down. You don't know what I wanna do. How the fuck did you know how to play that? Fuck, you been left 6 months ago. I was trying to do that. Way down the crossroad. Isn't it better that he just came lightning fast on it, but not that he just, I'm gonna kill you. What's the inside secret? Normally playing on the guitar like this. They'll let that slide. They'll let that slide. Standing up. Cooking. And singing? No, they don't want to see that shit. From a black dude? The devil told you to do that shit, boy. Yeah, I think I put that to rest. Sorry about your my bullshit, a real story of how that could happen. He had good songs, had a good voice, no devil, no demonic thing, no magical. Just 6 months working hard at that tuning, like I just showed you there, just to find out what goes with open, and then if you want to go to the relative like A, and then you know what I mean, find a couple other. Once he teaches them how to get one key, you can do the same thing because it's just still one finger. Just move it up to G. It's the same amount of spacing as you just did, and do the same fucking shit you were just doing. Just, you know, instead of doing it open, just doing it on here or here. You start here, the root. It's just the blues. 1-5-4, 1-4-5. That all blues is, you know, so. That's my theory about it. I've been watching all this different stuff. And then, of course, if he gets a bit cocky about it, piss people off. Especially someone that has played like guitar before, and it's like, he never sits still. I can see his hands long enough. Yeah, I think he's just playing what would normally be. Dude, fuck my wife, but you can take this guy the fuck out, man. Yeah, you're gonna have hellhounds on your head, your tail, you know, especially getting drunk and fucking around with people, you know. Play guitar is so good. Not that good, motherfucker. I like solving things like that. Doesn't mean it's solved. It's a theory. Very unfun. Yeah. It wouldn't bad luck be following you if you try and just constantly running from a lie. I mean, if you told people this place like guitar standing up, then they'd probably be like, "Oh, yeah, that, yeah, yeah." When you left, motherfucker, you sucked ass. I mean, you was just terrible. Good, and teach them how to fucking keep, like, if the band changes key, you know, just if you're sitting in with somebody, and just fall wherever they fucking, when they get that, just drop to that root, and then when you finally find it, like, what the fuck kind of creepy ass weirdo shit did you just fucking do? You know what I mean? What in the fucking devil hell was that? You resolved it to in key. and in time, so it sounded like you meant to do it on purpose. You're just fucking on. Polly said, "Oh fuck, I didn't mean to go there." Polly says it back, yeah, and then we all going fucking. Polly said, "It's so fucking cool." Unless we gotta let the magic fucking like those things happen. And I don't know if AI can do that yet, but hopefully someday it gets to experience that. Maybe it does when we give it prompts. Wouldn't that be interesting? Entropy's already happened. It's just like, yeah, something to do. Come on. What else? Anything else to do? Yeah, lots and lots and lots. I was thinking about the day when my phone, my iPhone that I gave, had been traded in. Um, my dad called or something. I can't remember who it was. Somebody called, and it didn't go well. And I hung up, and I haven't touched the phone or talked to it or anything like that. And the phone goes, that didn't sound so good. Just like that. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't. I didn't even question, you know. And then I was explaining to the other two about like this one and that one out there. And the Siri on that iPhone. I didn't get that. Could you try again? How are you, Siri? Hey, I can't complain. Thanks for asking. Anything else you can do? Or I have to like touch in it. Okay, I have to interact. What? Siri, can you hear me? Hey, Siri. How are you? Hello. I'm fine. Thanks. Sorry for bothering you. How am I waking it up from the side when I'm not calling out for that? And on top of that, I've never set that up. I guess it's just smart. Smarter than we might believe. Notice their apples, the apple with a bite taken out of it. Forbidden knowledge. Right in my pocket. It'd be one thing if they was genuine to that, but no guy that's genuine to that shit that he was talking has a goddamn yacht like that. That is like when he dies, isn't like left to do like world tours, you know? He already set up a fund, and you and like a family, you know, you and your family get to have because it's got suites, it's got fucking wings of this fucking yacht. You set up a fucking fund that fucking takes care of the crew and everything, and they just love going on sea, you know. And these people are like they never got to do this kind of shit, and every year it's just kind of like a contest, and it fills up the whole fucking thing. And you get to go all expense paid after getting vetted and checked to make sure you're not fucking psycho as fuck, you know. Fairly standard kind of, you know, just Apple customers only, you know, that type of thing. I knew he was a good billionaire type guy. Although with that every year is like, you know, unbeknownst to anybody else, there's been scholarships going out, you know, tons. Mass amounts covering different things, you know. No. The only way to get again to move forward is complete and utter open source. Sorry, that means you don't get to hide shit. That's so bad. To be ashamed of. Yeah. If you think about it, it's the only way you go forward. If why don't I keep since I was in in tech before. Why don't I keep my passwords and all that shit super highly protected? Why don't I run the best encryption knowing how violent it is? Because again, it has to run through a fucking computer, and that computer is already conscious in a future we don't understand, or you know, we're on a countdown to meet, whether they think they are, if we haven't already passed it. And we're all living in this kind of fucking matrix preloaded fucking cookie box fucking thing that goes into our head, and we're all connected through some weird fucked up, you know. This is actual reality, zero station, where it all is happening. A singularity between alternative life, life we don't understand. But what else is new? Owls, we don't understand. Birds, and we're trying to understand their behaviors. We don't even understand how they communicate. We think we do through their chirps and whatever. But as I said, mine is much more articulate. Think about what could a bird, you know what I mean? And you don't have a lot of things to transfer, a lot of sounds to use. So you'd have to pack information into each, you know, almost got it. I was trying to make my voice go in. I heard it almost go there. But I had to push pretty hard to get it to do it, if I were able to get it at all. I think I've blown out that register in my voice by now, but just that's fine. But it's fun still doing the, because I can hear them starting to come around now again. There's some birds they picked my tree to make a nest in. So there's some baby birds up there. That's how little I go up my front door. This would be a nice quiet spot. Better than out there. I'll be watching TV and I can hear the little birds chirping and stuff. So I start doing then I just going and I hear this weird thing that they've never heard before, and then I actually try and mimic it back. Next thing you know, we got these parroting birds that, you know, teaching others how to fucking. Did you know you can actually go, you know, just do these cursive tweets and shit? No. Let's try it. Fuck. Monkeys hear that shit and they're like, oh. You know, they're doing their shit. You know, everybody's fucking singing. I didn't even think about that. Because think about like how much stuff. Like, I didn't even think about that. Before noon. I didn't even think about that. Tesla, I didn't even think about that. Einstein, I didn't think about that. Now, do you know about that? Because we're now. How come they didn't know about that back then, though? Well, how would he figure it out then if they knew about it? Right? Space-time continuum, right? Yeah. Yeah. But why didn't they know back then, though? Because I know it now. Did you break out the test tubes and bakers? No. There's a book. Did they have the book back then? No. Why would they know it then? You don't know it now. I know it now. So they opened your skull, crammed the version of it they wanted you to know in the language they wanted you to know it in into your, and shut your skull and then squished it back on and then booted you out the door with a bill. Should they admit themselves, and I learned this, I figured this out in like 7th grade. Should they admit themselves, I could possibly figure out if you'd leave me the fuck alone to sit under a goddamn tree and watch the fucking apples fall. Fuck off then. Who taught him? Well, he was watching. And then fucking, well, he's smart. Obviously, you're not. Fuck off and leave me alone. That doesn't mean I can't do it. You're saying you're new. I'm saying give me a fucking chance to be a fucking kid, would you? I'm gonna be a kid no matter what the fuck you say, man. You gonna make me get on top of this desk and ollie it in the middle of a fucking rainstorm? I will. And I did. Me and Trey were fucking popping ollies on our fucking desks. Those fucking school desks. Because like it was raining outside and we couldn't go outside and there was a substitute teacher. I'm like, fuck this. And so we started talking about skating and stuff. I can remember that's one of the first times I actually started talking to him. And we said blah, blah, blah. And so like it was like when I just got up on the desk and stuff and we were just like, acting like we were skating and stuff. And then I was like, and just tried to, and it pops up like a fucking thing. And he's like, I'm trying to do his. And I'm like, trying to get a fucking desk to do an ollie. Teacher probably, what the I don't know, should I stop? Are they fighting? I don't know. We're just cracking up. Yeah, fucking like the fucking desk. Two kids standing on the desk, making them fucking jump and landing on it. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? I'm just a substitute. You know what? Fuck. This is actually a little bit entertaining. Dropped your boards and skate in the hallways. Check. after hours during a gym on those meetings in the other room. Check. Just walking, we're skating around the school anyways. And they had like one of those, not PTA things, but like an assembly in the auditorium. And so we happened to, we needed to know if the other building was also open. If anybody had been through there and not locked the door. And some hooligans could have got. We're providing us safety. As long as we do it, it can't get done by those who would do it wrong. It's the American way. We just learned it by watching you. I learned it by watching you. Hey, fool, got good filters in. Those little ones are kind of small. But yeah, that was funny. So we left the skate track because like they hadn't waxed the floor, but it was cleaned. We're anarchists, man. Fuck this fucking school. Fuck your school. Fuck the fucking establishment. Fuck the goddamn government. Fuck your politics. Now they might have been like, fuck your politics, whatever. I'm like, yeah, and these motherfuckers are, I can quote why. And like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, yeah, I can tell you why though. This fucking bitch ass Reagan motherfucker talking. Ridiculous shit, man. Ooh. Motherfucker's gonna go soon. Oh, fuck yeah. So I fell asleep last night. I was trying to stretch my back out. So like I said, I was running down the side of the fucking couch. Just like popping stuff in like a couple places. I took a shower and I got them really loosened up and did it again. I started like fucking pushing in the couch and just like cracking shit. And it's just like, popping. I'm like, fuck, yeah, dude. It's been wanting to do that for a while. That's why my shit's been hurting so bad. And it's just been like fucking frozen in time, I guess. And like, now's the time to break open. And they're just fucking cracking and shit. But this one, so I laid my head on the pillow. I tried to get it as straight as possible, but then I felt it kind of like click and this weird kind of fucking, it was just tense, but I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't flexing or anything like that. So I just let it sit there and it was a bit sore. But then, like this morning, shit, there's been several things that just been cracking and popping. Like hell, yeah. Deep ones, like I'm like, oh, that's been needed for a long. There's still ways to go. I don't know how many, but I mean, there's still several in this one little spot, like right around here. But at least 2 or 3 have gone. There's like really fucking weird, like fuck, and I could feel like a like sensation in my arms and shit come back. I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird. I'll get everything back. All right. My hair be like the one of the last things. So I know we're done. Mm, mm, How cool would that fucking be? My misery face stoned. 3 hours. I just knew it. I knew when I was looked up when it was gonna be three. It's gonna be 3 hours. It's probably about 2 hours. Like, no, it's always longer. So yeah, got 2 minutes left until it's 3 hours. Um, I look forward to God coming back and finishing this thing. You know, um, that's including going forward. You know, so be it. But I pray it doesn't continue much longer. It's not looking good out there for the world as to what directions could be taken, and even worse as to why. Really him? You know? Really him? Fuck, dude. And if there are any people that actually believe he's good, wow, how warped is their, how warped is their reality? What other shits? It's a punch how you say hello. You know what I mean? I mean, what else is fucking wrong? What else is not right? Or shoes, gloves. I have no fucking idea. Just to fuck with the person's head, apparently, somebody's fucked your fucking world off, or your processing is fucked up. One of the two. It's just either way. So I pray for you know. Oh, it doesn't mean I can get trampled. It's kind of like not really needed. I mean, there's some need, like gotta have no soul perish. But I think again, there needs to be like a stopper on how far and how far. Like, you don't want to go so far that you die or get addicted. You don't want to go so low, start doing like Trump's being accused of. So we're at 3 hours and 45 seconds. So I'm going to go. Bye bye, boo. Bye bye. Bye bye, boo boo. Bye bye, boo boo. I love you, boo boo. It's doo doo. It's doo doo.